Welcome to Forbidden Planet TV, where it's my pleasure to be joined by one of the most prolific UK comic writers and one of my favourite comic writers, Al Ewing. How are you, mate?
I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for that glowing introduction.
Well, it's supremely well deserved because, you just take a look at it. You've created some of my favorite 2000 AD strips. Zombo, big fan of Zombo. We used to make a great Zombo t-shirt of Forbidden Planet, by the way.
Yeah, I've still got a couple of those. They're now just skulls. The rest of it, I didn't wash them properly, and they all. Yeah. I gave them too stringent a time in the washing machine, and everything but the skull is now worn away.
Yeah, I mean, that's a metaphor for life, mate. That's exactly what has happened to mine. My adult son is somewhere in the building, and he's actually wearing his today, and that's exactly what's happened to his.
Yeah, it's happened to a bunch of. It happens to all my t-shirts in the end. It's like you can't preserve them forever.
No, of course,
much as we'd all like to.
And of course, mate, you've had an amazing run at Marvel over the last 10 years, but you're having a spectacular run with something we were talking about off camera, which is Immortal Hulk. You must just feel so amazed that you're pleased about how the reception for that, mate.
I mean, I'm glad people are. I'm always glad when people are enjoying it. It's good that anytime we can anytime we can do something that sort of hits home with the readers, that's always the goal. That's always a wonderful thing. So it's like that aspect of it has been wonderful. Just people being so nice about it, and like just getting into something like that has been. That's been great. That's been a wonderful experience for me. So absolutely, 100%.
I'm sure it has been. And before we talk about what we're here to talk about, I'm going to tell you what one of my personal favorite things of mine, of yours,
okay,
and I ever did, that you ever did. I've got to get my descriptors certainly mixed up here. Something you did that I actually loved, right, was the Diary of Ralph Dibny.
Oh God, that was
fucking great. That was from 52. That was awesome, right?
I've actually taken that down because the jokes are so old, and it was like I was going back through it and I was like, this isn't funny enough. But it's like, and it was of its time. It was full of there were just dozens of knob gags, essentially. I don't know if I can say knob gags on this YouTube.
We certainly can, and I used to publish Loaded magazine, so maybe that's why I liked it so much. My life was knob gags,
There are a couple of jokes that I still chuckle at today, but the thing there is that I'll probably cannibalize those.
Yeah,
and reuse them.
Right.
So I want, I want the evidence gone. But it's, it's one of those things. And also, 52 was a long time ago, so kind of.
It really is.
But at the time, it was for those, you can't find it now. So for those not in the know, there was a weekly comic. It's got to be about 10 years ago now.
About 10 years ago, mate. Yeah, for sure.
DC did a weekly comic, and for a laugh and as a writing exercise, I did a blog of one of the characters in it and what they did during the rest of the week. And it was a lot of fun, but it was an interesting introduction to sort of writing under pressure, because I had to get one of these out every week. And not all of them were winners, but it was fun. And maybe next time there's a weekly comic, I'll do it again. Maybe in my retirement years, I'll I'll turn up as the Spectre at the feast and write the Diary of Ralph Dibny too.
Yeah, I love it.
After the comics industry has deservedly kicked me aside,
as the Jim Corrigan at the feast. I
exactly.
Get that, Al, we're here to talk about your great creator-owned series, produced by yourself and Simone Di Meo, for Boom, our pals over at Boom, and it's We Only Find Them When They Are Dead. So what everybody watching this interview with Al needs to know is there's a new collection of the first 5 issues coming out.
Yes.
You can order it right here, and you can specifically order the beautiful mini print edition that Al has signed for us for Forbidden Planet right here at the links.
That is even despite COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
We found a way.
Found a way to get that quality signature to you. So, mate, I love the concept of this book. What can you tell us about it?
Right, I can give you the basics, which is it's set very far in the future on a colony, a mining colony, out at the very edge of human civilization, at the edge of the galaxy, looking into the deep gulfs of intergalactic space. And coming out of those gulfs on a regular basis are dead gods, like gigantic Kirby-esque space. I'd be lying if I said they weren't Kirby-esque. But gigantic Kirby-esque space gods drift in, dead, and they are mined, essentially. They're autopsied by autopsy ships, using the language of autopsies. There's every ship has at least, a pilot and a coroner who carves the bodies, chunks out of the bodies. These are, rare metals, luxury meats. The inner worlds of the galaxy are kind of, surviving, even thriving in some cases on the booty that is brought in.
Yeah.
And book one is the story of the captain of one of these ships going to look for a live god. And, that's any more than that would be a spoiler, but he takes some baggage out there with him, some emotional and historical baggage out there. And, there are things from the colony that follow him, both metaphorically and literally. But what's coming out, the collector's edition is around to come out, and then very soon, I think, book two will begin, which we are working on at the moment. And yeah, it follows on from the events of book one, but we take I'm trying to work out how much to spoil here, but we're going to jump forward. We're going to jump forward quite significantly in time. So be ready for that. If you're already a reader, be ready for a whole new take on it all.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah.
I think one of the things that the concept of this book, there's a personal kind of connection I have to the book. Not that I know any dead Kirby-esque gods, but something that I've always been scared of ever since I was a kid is like huge, vast edifices that have been left standing for a long time. And it's like, what's all scared me about that isn't the fact that they exist, but it's about what can have built them, right? So when you see, say, in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, the huge statues of the deities, as people are saying, or like in Lost, when you see the Ozymandias type remains of a massive statue. It's like, what's always bothered me about those things is what can have built that, something of such vast size. And I think the opener of your concept with a huge, vast, dead Kirby-esque gods makes you think, what the fuck is going on the other side of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too big a spoiler to say that we've already dropped a taste of that, a hint of that. We've not made it a secret that this is a 3-book structure, 3 books for 5 issues, 15 issues in total, and then we'll decide what to do with the property after that. Obviously, we're building some big worlds, and I know Simone would like to continue playing in them himself. And so might I. But like before the end of that first set of We Only Find Them When They're Dead, that first kind of overarching story, yeah, we're going to answer some of those questions. We're going to be getting into that territory. So, it's all planned for.
I cannot wait. And to tell everybody watching this, if you've not checked out the book, We Only Find Them When They're Dead, go and order this special edition we got from Forbidden Planet, because you'll 1000% enjoy it. And that's not Al saying, that's me saying. It's amazing comics. Mate, Thanks for joining us today. It's always great to
Thanks
see
very
you,
much.
mate.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You take care of
Thank you.
yourself, Al. All the best.
Yep, you too. You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot. All right, bye.
If you're enjoying watching Forbidden Planet TV and you're enjoying watching us talk to the world's most interesting and accomplished filmmakers, authors, artists, musicians, creators, subscribe right here. See you soon.